Hello everyone, my name is Sky High, and today we are going to be going over some very Christmassy builds. That was the only thing I could think of doing for Christmas, other than making a video. So, yeah, these are some builds you might want to use for, I don't know, any sort of Christmas-themed world or something like that, I guess. I don't know. And, of course, with these builds, feel free to make any sort of modification or any sort of change that you see fit. And, yeah, with that said, let's get on with it. Alright. So first off, we have something kind of simple. We have like a little Christmas hut house thing. This one was like the first build that I did in this, and honestly, if you ask me, I would recommend taking off these, but normally you'd want to keep those. And yeah, there's really nothing on the inside, but it's a good little exterior, I think. Looks kind of okay-ish. And obviously you'd want to do like a much bigger scale, but other than that, yeah. Next up, we have little snowball forts. And these actually work as snowball forts. You can, throw snowballs and, that sort of thing. Might be kind of cool if you want to build something involving a snowball fort, because why not? Next up, we have a snowman with a scarf. Yeah, this one took me forever to do. But essentially what you want to do is you want to take red and, what was it? Oh yeah, red and green. I forgot my colors for a second. You're going to want to get an armor stand. Actually, lots of them. Where are armor stands? I never know where these things are. Like, no joke, that's probably the thing that might take the longest in any episode of Minecraft that I do, is just trying to find things. Here it is. You're also going to need some pistons. And a snow block, or a block of wool, as I used. Okay. Oh, how could I forget? You also need snow layers. So you want to layer it up to about that height. Place down your armor stand. Now you want to set up something that's at least this high. And of course, something to power the piston. Now that you've done that part, you want to bring it down by one more. And while you're at it, why not give it a head? Hang on, one sec. Alright, so now you have that. You just put your head on, and there you go. You have a little snowman-like dude. Now, if you want to get this exact sort of effect, what you'd have to do is something a bit more complicated. I mean, not all that more complicated, but still. You'd have to... Well, this is the sort of thing I did. Create something like that, and then place that down. and just keep going in a circle, or as best of a circle as you can. And then, you know, just do this. And then plop your head on. And there you go. He has a scarf. Kinda. Alright. And that's how you make a snowman with a scarf. And, you know, you can also add levers as, like, little hands. I mean, it doesn't really look too much better, but still, it's cute. Next up, I'm sure you probably noticed it, is the tree. Now, this isn't the best tree in the world, but you can actually use heads as little tree ornaments, and I highly recommend using jungle leaves, because they kind of look like they already have ornaments on it. And for a star, you can use this one right here. Whoops. Whoops. Alright, moving on. Here we have sort of a little, you know, we're heading on to interior designs now. And this is just sort of like a little fireplace, and using the present chest thing for on Christmas, you know, you can kind of build sort of like a little nice house with a tree, you know, in case you didn't want to go as big as that. You can kind of go for a little miniature scale, and there you go. And here's a little clock and fireplace to go with it. Now, this one we have Santa's Workshop. And here we have a conveyor belt, which is just done from upside down shulker boxes, as well as little toys and goodies and item frames, just kind of going along. And here we have tables that are lifted up by end rods, though I had to use purple because otherwise they would just kind of look out of place from the bottom. Moving on, we have Santa's sleigh. And it's actually accurate size for a player. So, yeah. If you wanted to use this, then go right ahead. Works perfectly. Next up, we have some icicle designs, which I thought were pretty cool. You know. And these actually don't use ice. Instead, they use glass to create more of an ice-looking effect. Okay, it does use some ice in areas. But yeah, this is pretty much what you'd want to do. Select it. I don't know. Whatever. You know. Yeah. Now, you do not want to use regular ice. If you want to actually use ice, you have to use packed ice. Because if you want to light it up, then it will immediately just melt. And you can use glass panes or end rods. Either one will look fine. Next up, we have sort of a little Candyland-like walkway. using dark oak trapdoors as sort of like a chocolate bar like walkway, and we just have candy canes with these hanging off of them as lights. Personally, this one is one of my favorites, and yeah, it was just kind of like, felt like it belonged. And, you know, if you want to get even more fancy, you can sort of just put, like, snow layers on here, and there you go. It kind of looks like it's more held together. And you can do this for as high as you want, and as low as you want. And the last design, of course, because I literally just did this, like, an hour ago, is an igloo. And, well, I mean, I guess this one isn't all that original, but it's kind of like what's inside that counts. This is sort of like a little table-like thing that I guess kind of would belong better on the floor, but I still think it looks kind of cool, and plus, apparently putting things inside of glass doesn't cause it to melt, so that's cool. And, well, with that, that's just about all of the Christmassy things I could think of building. So, why don't we head back and review? You know, for 2 hours worth of building, I think this was actually really good. We have a little house here made out of wood and glass and wood and wood. We have a snowball fort, which is made out of quartz, concrete powder, wool, and snow layers. We have our snowmen made out of leather tunics, armor stands, snow blocks, and some redstone trickery. We have the best looking builds. All of the heads just despawned. Our Christmas tree that ended up getting blown up. Which definitely was not my doing. Whatsoever. Anyway. Up here we got ourselves little interior designs, as well as Santa's workshop, and a toy conveyor belt making machine thing. We have Santa's sleigh with some actual presents inside. You know, you could fill them up with little toys. Little Timmy's getting a shirt this year, because, you know, that's all he deserves. Here we have some icicles, which, to be fair, would probably be better in, like, an ice spikes biome, but I'm not one to judge. We have Candyland Road, with trapdoors and candy canes and end rods that kind of look like icicles. And lastly, we have this, the igloo. Not the best igloo in the world, but it's an igloo. And plus, I'm like really brain dead after playing Minecraft for this long. Longer than I think I've played it in a really long time. And so, of course, with that, I'm gonna end the episode here. If you guys did like this different sort of episode theme thingamabob, whatever, then do be sure to comment below. It would seriously help out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I may consider playing Minecraft a little bit more. I might not, though. And with that, I'm out. See ya.